When you watch an advanced practitioner float into a gravity-defying arm balance, you're seeing years of physiological conditioning. It's precise, intricate, and a massive step up from a standard vinyasa flow. If you already have your 200-hour certification, you know the basics. You're out there teaching. But you might also feel stuck, recycling the same sequences and wondering how to bridge the gap between guiding a standard class and teaching at a master level. Let's look at the 200-hour certification for what it actually is. It's an entry ticket. It provides the legal and insurance baseline required to step foot in a studio and safely guide a room. But the moment you get that certificate, your inbox floods with marketing for 300-hour advanced trainings. They cost thousands of dollars, leaving you with a very practical question. Will spending that money actually result in more teaching jobs? To answer that, we have to look at this flow chart to decode the somewhat confusing math behind Yoga Alliance certifications. You don't usually take a standalone 500-hour course from scratch. Instead, the 300-hour advanced training is an add-on module. It stacks directly on top of your foundational 200 hours to equal that final 500-hour RYT status. It's also critical to understand the Yoga Alliance itself. They are a registry, not a governing body. Paying your dues and upgrading your registered status does not guarantee you employment anywhere. Accumulating more letters after your name won't automatically get you hired over a charismatic beginner. The true value of a 300-hour program lies strictly in the new pedagogical and business capabilities you acquire. Your 200-hour training had a very specific goal: to make sure you could safely cue a standard sequence for a general audience without hurting anyone. Because of the limited time, you learned what to teach. You rarely had the hours to dive into why different bodies move the way they do, or how to adapt on the fly. This matrix breaks down what you buy with an advanced training. The 200-hour column focuses purely on foundational asana and basic cueing. Moving to the 300-hour column, the curriculum updates significantly to include subtle anatomy, peak pose sequencing, and business tools. Anatomically, you stop memorizing static sequences. You learn deep mechanics, studying how to deconstruct poses and adapt them for specific injuries or mobility limitations. This stack of books shows the texts you actually unpack at this level. Instead of just grazing the Yoga Sutras, you dive directly into the Bhagavad Gita and Hatha Yoga Pradipika to understand the reasoning behind the practice. You also acquire tactical business tools, moving past standard 60-minute studio slots to design and market comprehensive 90-minute masterclasses. A rigorous 300-hour training shifts a teacher from being a sequence reciter to a physiological engineer, capable of handling diverse students and creating targeted events. Look at the final column on our matrix. The 500-hour status is the title achieved upon completing that 300-hour module. The primary professional perk here is training eligibility, making you legally eligible to assist, lead, and eventually run your own 200-hour teacher trainings. Reaching this professional level requires a massive investment of time and capital. Most hybrid programs demand 15 to 20 hours a week of dedicated study, practice, and coaching. There is a danger in rushing this process. Moving directly from a 200-hour into a 300-hour without teaching in the real world means you pay for advanced theory without a practical foundation. Studios view 500-hour teachers as long-term assets who can eventually mentor and train other instructors. The 500-hour title opens doors to industry leadership and studio ownership, but it remains an empty credential if you haven't put in the hours on the mat to back it up. To figure out if you're ready for advanced training, let's use this strategic scorecard. First, have you taught for a year and hit a creative plateau? Second, are you ready to host 90-minute masterclasses? Third, is your goal to train teachers or open a studio? If you are taking the training solely to overcome imposter syndrome, you are making an expensive mistake. You just need more practice teaching. An advanced training provides the specific pivot point for transitioning from an everyday instructor into a yoga business leader. If you meet those criteria and want a program that prioritizes real-world return on investment over pure theory, Kasa Yoga Studio offers a 300-hour hybrid YTT in North Miami Beach. Their 9-week curriculum is explicitly divided. 50% focuses on advanced yoga methodology, and 50% zeroes in on real-world business experience. The program focuses on building tangible assets. You'll design a complete 45-minute peak pose class and script a 90-minute masterclass. To graduate, you must deliver digital and community events, which includes creating a 14-day online challenge and co-hosting a live hybrid yoga festival. If you're ready to step up, use the code YTT300 before April 18th to save $499 on your enrollment. Check the link in the description to secure your spot. Focus on the specific masterclasses and business assets that will define your future career, rather than simply paying for a new certificate.